What's up, guys? You know what I'm saying? Back with another. Yeah, this is gonna be a interesting one. This is how do I say this? This is just me talking about where we are and where I think we're going, where we could potentially go, rather, as a species, as an Earth, you know. And where I want to start this off is this theory, concept, idea known as sacred geometry, which essentially boils down to the fact that everything around us, everything in creation, from the universe, light, like anything, can be identified in geometry. Specifically, this one geometrical pattern known as the flower of life, a symbol that has been identified or that has been found in many of the kingdoms or many of the previous kingdoms in the world, be it Egypt, Japan, and a bunch of other locations. And it's essentially 6 circles that form a flower, right? And what it all boils down to is essentially when something's made, it's in its rawest form, but as it keeps progressing, it essentially gets closer and closer to perfection or closer and closer to the divine. That can be identified in a simple thing like a flower, you know? It starts off as a seed, it grows, and when it's in its purest form, it's almost geometrical in its shape, you know what I mean? Sunflowers, roses, whatever. Flowers are almost perfect when they're done. And that essentially also relates to us as human beings because we are part of creation, you know? And it's all very interesting, you know? And last night I was just like, you know what? Let me just read the Bible. I've never actually taken the time to go out and read it. So there I opened up the first chapter of Genesis and I'm reading. And what does it say God did, you know? He made the earth, he did all these things in 6 days, and then on the 7th day he rested. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's why Sunday is the Sabbath, because that's the day that God rested. So that's essentially why we have Sunday. Just an interesting connection. But where it really got me was where it says he made the tree of life and he implanted his seed into the fruit. And we ate that fruit. So, yeah, it perfectly relates to us, you know what I mean? If you look at that chart of the evolution of man, we kind of took big leaps between all the stages, bro. We were some fucking chimp, and then we merged into the Neanderthal, and then we are what we are now, you know? And essentially what this boils down to is just this all around us, this thing of life, it's a system. And it's something that reacts and acts, you know what I mean? And I think that's purely identifiable in Jesus Christ. I think Jesus Christ was more than just a person, bro. He was kind of an essence. He was a being before he was a man, you know? The fact that he emerged as the Messiah of the Jews was just because that's what the world needed at the time for the religion to take hold and to get to everywhere that it's been. But I think where we have gone wrong is that we believe that everything in it is God, you know? I'm not saying that it isn't. I've come to the idea that the Bible is more than just people making shit up. This was essentially a historical document for them, you know? And that's even identifiable in another thing that I've noticed. So one of the oldest civilizations in the world, the Sumerians, they have these ancient tablets speaking about being visited by beings from another Earth or somewhere out there in the galaxy known as the Anunnaki. And it wasn't written as like, oh, this is a story. It was written as fact, pure like, this is what happened, this is what they did. What did they teach them? The stars, weapons, and all forms of understanding of knowledge and just the world that we have today. And then you go back to the Bible, and specifically one of the books that was excluded from the Bible, Enoch. What does Enoch speak of? It speaks of angels, known as watchers, descending down to earth and teaching man about the stars and everything around us. Here you have one guy saying it's aliens, another guy saying it's angels. What is it? I don't know. I think it's angels. But that's obviously for you to decide. But yeah, man, like the more you look into it, just like the more interesting it becomes and the more connections that you see. Because also in those Sumerian tablets, they speak about a great flood that extinguished all life on earth. And there was a survivor. What does the Bible say? Noah survived the great flood of earth, and he was the survivor that preserved life. You have the Sumerians on this side, and you have the Hebrews on this side. And then it brought me to another thing, bro. I was watching a video breaking down the opening of Genesis. And essentially what the guy's saying is like, oh, these guys just put a bunch of creation myths into Genesis and into the Bible. It's like, oh, this is clearly fake. And I'm like, well, what if these guys were almost the scholars that we have today, essentially forming a thesis statement, collecting all the evidence that they had to present it in one cohesive narrative? So essentially what I'm saying is I think that the Bible is our closest interpretation of God, which also lines up with Jesus Christ being in the Bible. Because Jesus Christ is also a figure accepted in other religions, but they don't see him as God or as the Savior. Key among those being Judaism and Islam. Islam still believes in Jesus. You know what I mean? And then you look into Islam. Who gave Muhammad the Quran? An angel. That's what a lot of people online will say, but they don't say what angel. The Archangel Gabriel. Who does the Archangel work for? And then you look into Genesis again. Let us make birds akin to us. Let us make fowls akin to us. Or something along those lines. They have wings. What do angels have? Wings. You know what I'm saying? So is it that these people are just making this shit up? Or is it that they're spouting some divine knowledge onto us, but we just see it as something else? Not something tangible anymore, but something just faith-based, you know? Because Neil deGrasse Tyson, I was watching a video on why Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't believe in God. He's like, well, all the suffering in the world, all the disease, all this bullshit, why would an all-good God allow this to happen? Interesting point, you know what I mean? A lot of people have that belief. If God is all good, why does he let the suffering transpire? Because, bro. Because. There's no other way to say it but because, you know? You can't have day without the night. As I said in a previous video, bro, you know what I'm saying? This is all in its plan. And for us to say that we know, or that we think we know, is stupid. We have science, bro. This is something that is identifiable. But this is something that we think like, oh, we are better than those guys in the past. These guys understood science more than us, you know what I mean? This flower of life, these astrological aces, all this stuff was understood by these guys thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago, bro. And like I said, bro, it's like we have all the puzzles of life and we're just like, nah. And yeah, bro, it just got me thinking, where are we currently in the stage of the world as foretold by these guys? The Hindus would say that we are in the Kali Yuga phase of the world, when unrighteousness, sin, and just the depravity of man is reaching its peak. And, you know what I'm saying? These guys said this like, I don't know how long ago, bro, but it's apparent in our world today, you know? This system, all these things around us, bro, it encourages us to just not give a fuck. It encourages us to just be drones, to be slaves. It does. You may not see it as that, but that's what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Most of my life, bro, I grew up thinking, oh, porn is normal. Yeah, bro, just watch this shit. Oh, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, yeah, that's normal. Just go on with this shit. And like I said, bro, it's not to say that these things are bad, but the height that we have taken it right now is at an imbalance. And it might sound like I'm saying like the exact same thing again and again, but the more that you realize the patterns, the more that you realize that this shit is not just made up, and that it's not just people just saying shit so that they can control people. You know? I think Jesus Christ truly was God, bro. He was the purest form, he was the highest form that a human being could take. He emerged when he did because that's what the world needed at the time. And then it got me thinking about other religions, Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, and every kind of faith of the world. These things, the way that I believe it, is that this is all a part of God's plan, bro. These are things that needed to emerge for those corners of the world and for the world in general. Because it goes back to what I was saying earlier, is that I do believe that this thing of life and the action of connecting to God is an individual journey. Some people might see that through Buddhism, some people might see that through Islam, some people might see it through Christianity. Whichever way you choose, that's up to you, you know what I mean? But I don't think we should be categorizing like the labels that much anymore. I'm a Christian, I'm Islam, I'm Buddhist. These things are all essentially working towards the same thing, bro. They have very different ways of going about it, but they're essentially all working towards the same thing. And that maps on quite well with the current astrological age that we are entering already in. I don't really know the specifics, but we're essentially heading into the age of Aquarius, which is identified as a stage that humanity can reconcile and find balance between all the aspects of the world that we find nowadays. If we don't, I don't really know. Personally, I think we cooked if we don't. I truly believe that we will be cooked if we do not integrate this and work towards getting closer to God as a society, as a civilization, you know? Because all this essentially boils down to is that human beings are one, bro. It doesn't matter what country you're from, how much money you have, whatever. We are all one human being. We are all one thing at the end of the day. And we have to work to accommodate for all of us, you know? It can't just be about getting a Rolls Royce anymore, bro. I don't think Rolls Royces are going to stop existing, but it has to be so that everyone can get a Rolls Royce. Now, what I'm saying might sound like communism, because it does. And that's the funny thing, bro, is that it's like every side just doesn't want to interact. You know what I'm saying? I went to my campus on Thursday, because I just go on Thursdays, and I went to a communist meeting. You know, they're speaking about the trade war, the incoming recession. And for one thing, it was nice to hear that I'm not just fucking schizo and that I'm making this shit up about the current economic circumstances of the world and that I'm actually tapping into some real shit. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, but it goes on, they're speaking. And yeah, bro, I'm just like, what does this look like for you guys? When the revolution happens, what does communism look like? No one really could answer it, and that's not to their fault. But communism is essentially one aspect, bro. It's one aspect of what everything can be, you know? Because the thing is that you talk to the communists about God, they get scared. You talk to the people in church, because I had a church group after the communist meeting, you tell them about communism, they get scared. It's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. We have classified them as different things, but they're essentially working towards the same thing. Being one, whole, balance, good. These things, these systems are all one. And this is stuff that we have to integrate, that we have to start realizing as a species, as individuals. We have to work towards this. We have to start working towards it. Because if we don't, guys, the destruction is right there, bro. It's around the corner. It's called a nuke. It's very easy now. You know what I mean? We can destroy ourselves like that. And then there'll be others after us. But I don't want us to die. I don't want to die, bro. I mean, if I die, I die. But you know what I'm saying? There's so much potential in the world, bro. We have so much available to us nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at a world map, or like you look at a global map of the world at night, and everywhere's lit up except for fucking Africa. It's black, bro. Besides a few places. And you're like, what the fuck is this shit, bro? Africa as a continent has like the third largest population. What the fuck are we doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? A child's born and he's just a child soldier. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to deal with that. But all these other people do, bro. It's the same thing in South America. It's like, with these devices, with society right now, it's like all these problems are going out outside, but I'm just going to focus on what's in front of me. Everything else doesn't matter. But the thing is, bro, is like I was saying, this thing is a system, bro. The systems that we have made are artificial, but they are still systems at the end of the day. Science, physics, it states every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You can only starve people for so long before they're like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you. You can only disenfranchise some people before like, fuck you, revolution. And it's an endless cycle. Because yeah, there'll be a revolution, these guys will be at the top, but then they'll just do the exact same things that the guys did before them. That's what happened in France. French Revolution, they killed all the noblemen, boom, money, elites. The exact same thing again, bro. We are moving beyond revolutions. We have to move beyond it, at least. We have to unify, bro. You know? We have to come together. Time is not on our side, bro. The things that I'm saying are being reflected in the world. That's why it feels so uncertain right now, bro. That's why there's so much chaos every day that you turn on social media. Because the system is reacting to our bullshit. It needed to get to this point. I'm not saying that none of it didn't need to happen, but we have to act. Us as individuals, as a generation, as an individual, we have to act. We have to step up and say, I do not want this. Please don't forget that you have free will, bro. It's very hard to forget that now because social media will say this person has 40 million followers and you don't. But that 40 million means fucking nothing, bro. It just means that person has a larger voice than you. You know what I'm saying? But your voice is just as powerful. It's just not visible in the way that theirs is. Your voice affects the people around you. You know what I'm saying? And that's where this shit starts. It starts with you, bro. That's why I say this shit is an individual journey. That's why I say realize that you are alone, bro. Realize that it is just you. Because when you realize that, you will realize that you are also not alone. I'm there with you, bro, and there are so many others. But we have to start connecting, bro. We have to start coming together. These sound like very big things. This doesn't sound tangible. But when you apply these ways of thinking into your life, you will realize that it is tangible. I'm trying this in my own life, bro. I've been trying this for my whole life. This has always been my journey. This has always been what I wanted to do. And I'm slowly actualizing that day by day. Nothing is impossible for you, my guy. Nothing. You can be everything that you want to be, bro. Especially right now. The circumstances are dictating that you can be anything that you want to be. But you have to see it as that, bro. You have to recognize it as something telling you, bro. You have to see it for what it is. You have to see it as a system. You have to see it as something. Like I said, bro, it's the way that you think. It's here, bro. It all comes from here. It's very scary stuff, bro. But trust me, this stuff is only going to intensify as we get further and further along this journey. You don't have to listen to the words I'm saying, bro. You truly don't. But like I said, bro, you will see it in other ways. You will get to 40 and be like, what the fuck have I been doing? You will get to a point when you're like, what is this? Why am I here? These are questions that you have to ask yourself now, bro. It's very hard. Trust me, it sucks. But hey, there is no pleasure without the pain, bro. It can't, otherwise it's fake. And that's what we all hooked on now, bro. It's that fake shit. It's the fake dopamine. It's this thing, bro. Look at me. I'm addicted to this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stop this shit, but hey, it's fucking hard, bro. Because like I said, bro, the system dictates to you that, hey, this is just how things are. And we are not progressing. We are not moving, bro. We are at a plateau. And you can either go down or up. It's our choice if we want to go down or up, bro. It all starts from the individual. Yeah, bro, I think we just have to start interpreting the world now from a dualistic perspective. In terms of the above and in terms of this that we can see in front of us. They are one and the same. There are two different ways of looking at it, but they are one and the same. Both are necessary to our survival. Both are needed in society, in the world. And now is truly the age where these things are possible, bro. That's why we have all this stuff around us. You know what I mean? That's why Jesus had to show up 2,000 years ago. Because I wouldn't be saying half the things I'm saying if Jesus Christ didn't emerge. Call him an idea, call him whatever you want. But he was there. And it means something, bro. More than just faith, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. No. This was the highest form of a human being. That's why I think he says, follow me, bro. Follow the essence of Jesus Christ. Because I think that essence is all around us. You know what I mean? It's in the vapes, bro. It's in the porn. It's in all of this. And it's our choice how we look at it, what we do with it, bro. You know? How we see relationships, all these things. Because when you start asking yourself these big questions, you automatically ask yourself the small questions. I mean, even in my own life, bro, I've really just started to think about how I perceive people, how I perceive the world. When I look at someone, am I judging them? Why am I judging them? Why am I speaking to them to that way in my mind? You know what I'm saying? Why does our music sound like that? Why does our culture look like this? This is a reflection of where things are. It is more than just entertainment, bro. It is more than just the things that we see it as. It is much bigger than that. But we have to perceive it as that, bro. This shit all around us, it's a guide. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, Buddhism is a way of life. Christianity is equally a way of life. Islam is equally a way of life, bro. It's more than just faith. This is how you choose to live it. You know? And we're just at a very critical point right now, bro. A very critical point. Because you can go and say, okay, I'm going to go to university, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to get a house. No, you aren't, bro. I'm sorry, bro, but that way of life is just not going to fly anymore. I'm not lying to you, bro. The way that you want to live your life, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's going to crumble in the next few years. You have to recognize it, bro, because once you recognize it, you can start planning. You can start identifying possibilities. I'm saying, because it's times like these when the next leaders of the world are made. It's times like these when the next figures emerge. You can be that person, bro. You can be the next Kanye. You can be the next Elon. Whoever you want to be, bro, you can be that person. Right now, the odds are in your favor. It doesn't look like it. Looks very hard. Trust me, I know. I've been trying this shit, bro. I've been trying this shit, dude. But the more that you look at it, the more that you put in the work. Yo. You know what I'm saying? I think I saw like one photo between like religion and spirituality. And it's like someone looking at like a seed and it's like, please grow, please grow, please grow. It's like spirituality is like you're watering the thing and you're like, grow. That's what I think this is, bro. It's a constant progression. It's a constant journey towards something, towards who you want to be, towards what you want to see in the world, towards what you want the world to look like. Do not think that these things are too hard, bro. These things are all achievable now, bro. They are. We've seen what's achievable, bro. Entrepreneurs are a personification of that. Yeah, they exist in the capitalist system, but they're essentially human beings. A form of human being that takes that will to power and maps it onto their reality. That's why I also say that all these great people believe in God, Because I say that these people were given something to pass on to the world. And like I keep saying, bro, the Holy Spirit is within all of us. We have free will, bro. The greatest gift, I think, besides Jesus Christ. We can choose, bro. We can choose. You don't like Donald Trump? Fuck him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck him. Fuck all the leaders of the world, bro. 'Cause let me tell you, all this shit is bullshit. These guys are fucking idiots, bro. These guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro. US is 36 trillion in debt. Wow. And you go look at the biggest company, the biggest entertainment companies, Disney. 43 billion in debt, or some fucked up number, 48 billion. Paramount, billions. Warner Bros, billions in debt. It's a system, bro. You think it's just gonna stay the same? These things are coming to an end, and it's time for us to create what's coming next, bro. Whether you want to be an artist, whether you want to be a businessman, whether you want to be a preacher. This is your call, bro. This is your time. The universe, everything around us is telling you to wake up, bro. That matrix shit of waking up, it goes beyond just, oh, Andrew Tate, wake the fuck up, bro. It all sounds very deep what I'm saying. But it's not, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because when you just accept, when you truly believe in God, when you truly believe in Jesus, when you truly believe in all these things, you realize that there's no point in worrying. Because what's going to happen will happen. You know what I'm saying? My first year, bro, I did a shroom trip with some of my friends. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there on the couch. Fuck, bro. I was fucking fidgeting, moving this way, moving that way. It's fucking tripping out. And I'm like, what am I doing, bro? And I looked outside. The wind was blowing. Everything was all fucked up. And I'm like, fuck, bro. Something wrong. I just need to breathe. Close my eyes. I looked outside, bro. And the wind was blowing in accordance with everything. Everything was flowing at the same pace, bro. We don't have to fight it, bro. We don't have to fight it. We just have to move along with it, bro. We have to accept it. When you do, bro, you can only get better. You can only become who you want to be. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. We are blessed, bro, to exist in this era with this thing in front of you, to access heaps of knowledge, heaps of information that people could never have touched in their lives. And it's all in front of you, bro. Watch your Kai Cenat, watch whatever you want, but educate yourself, my brother. University is fucking bullshit, bro. It is. What the fuck are we doing writing essays still, bro? That's not gonna do fucking nothing for us, dude. It's not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like the system is just like, we can just keep doing what we're doing. No, we can't, bro. As an individual, as a collective, we have to work on moving forward. It's our duty. Yeah.